Okay, now we're going to show you how to import a program into the ETS3000. Now that is a program that comes from a third-party offline programming system such as Autopol, Radan, Metamation, and so on. What we're going to do is you're going to want to start by putting your program onto a thumb drive on the root, not in a folder, but just into the thumb drive, dedicate one to it, and then we're going to go to this button right here, F8, for communications. Okay, so we're going to hit that, and on this communication screen we're going to select from USB drive transfer files to control. Now when you have this selected, be aware down here where it says USB, you indicate which drive is your USB, and if you're doing this on a standard machine, that's typically the D drive. So just be aware that the correct drive is selected. If you don't select the right drive, we'll be looking in the wrong place. So in this case, it's the H drive. That's good. We're going to hit next. This window pops up, and we're basically going to tell it what type of files we're bringing in. We're going to select 3D job files. Okay. So the next comes up. This is showing you the contents of the thumb drive. Okay. So if there's folders in the thumb drives, you won't see those. It's only going to look in the root directory. So in my case, I'm going to load this ETS test program. So we're going to select it in blue there, and we're going to hit select F1 over here to indicate that this is what we're going to bring into the machine. So now we're going to hit next again. Okay, and it completed there. Had we gotten a error window, that would indicate something was wrong with the program, the parameters weren't matching, or something like that. But if your machine's been set up properly to begin with communicating with your offline program system, it'll usually look like this. Now let's go back to our home screen, and there's our test program. Okay, and if I hit the edit button, I can edit it like you can any normal ETS3000 program, and the difference is we're going to see these images that come in from the programming system that did it. So if I hit the page up and down, it'll go through the different steps, and you'll see the different images of the parts that's being bent. Okay, so that's how you import a program into the ETS3000. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you what happens when you get an error when you're importing your programs. So I'm going to import another one, same way we did before. Okay, come over here to USB to control. We're going to hit next. We're going to select 3D job files, and I'm going to select this file here since it was intended for a different machine. I'm going to go hit F1 to select it, add it in here. I'm going to hit next, and now I get my errors. Okay, so I've got two sets of errors here. I got some critical ones here. These will keep us from going forward. I can hit OK, and this is going to abandon. So this has to be fixed before you can go forward. In this particular case, it's because the punch was not found, or the die. So this is looking for tooling that doesn't exist in my library. So these things got to match in your programming system. So you'd have to go back and add these tools, or add the tools that the machine's looking for, or the program is looking for, shall I say. And then you can correct these. The other errors we get here are these non-critical errors. Okay, this one has to do here with the serial numbers not matching. Different size machine, you can see here. These are just names of some components on the machine that don't match. Again, not a big deal. RAM travel indicating that it's not the same. It's expecting an 8-inch and it's outputting a 5.9-inch. But more importantly are these, like X1 max. Here the machine's parameter says it's 23.57. The program thinks it's 24. This discrepancy is pretty small. It's not a big deal. But the point here is, if for some reason you have a programming system that's programming for a much larger machine, it may output code for a part to have the X, R, or Z1, Z2 axes try to go somewhere it can't physically get to. So that's what you got to watch out for here, and that's the intent for this error catching with our ETS3000. It's just to prevent you from putting a program that won't work on your machine. So in these cases, you can hit OK, and it'll import anyway, or it'll ask you want to import anyway. You would say yes. And that's it. So if you're getting critical errors, you probably need to talk to your software vendor to correct those errors or create the correct post to match your machine. It is important. If you've got many different machines in your shop and you're programming with the same system, you really have to have a post for each machine because there are little differences between them. So be aware. I want you guys to see what it looked like. Right? Thank you. Bye.